Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Arizona Dreams. You know the drill. We're here to talk about everything in Arizona and everything that affects us as Arizonans. And we're going to talk about the Covid-19. I don't know how many weeks we're in, but it's been a couple months now. Arizona specifically is jumping up there with Florida and California in the heat of the infections. Florida topped 9,000 and Arizona had a record-setting day themselves on that same day. The masks are a big concern.
Most of the cities have made masks mandatory when you're in a public space.
So, and Scottsdale in particular, there were people protesting there on whether or not they should have to wear masks. Doug Ducey, that's our governor, put a pretty good stance on masks are kind of voluntary and they're not really required. Has said that masks do help.
But he has not made the
he hasn't made the order, but
order himself.
He has actually stated that he thinks masks help now.
So today I read that if you are living in New York and you choose to travel to a COVID hotspot, Arizona being one of them, you no longer are entitled to paid sick leave. So it is really that bad. They are saying the hospitals are filling up. Now I know people have their opinions about whether it's true or not. We're going to go with the doctors and the nurses who are saying these things about it being true. That's all we can go on. You see a lot of people that have never worn masks, and I'm sure just because we have a mandate, people are still not going to wear masks.
Well, yeah, they were protesting against it.
So a lot of people are asking, should you visit or move to Arizona during this crazy COVID time? Well, it really depends on your stance. If you're like us and you believe COVID is the real deal, the numbers are real, and you can help it, I don't know if I'd want to visit Arizona at this point. You're not going to want to go in the restaurants if you really believe it's a big deal, and it's hot. So you're probably not going to want to do it. It's a hot spot. So you're probably not going to be wanting to do the outdoor things like hiking the zoos or whatever it is unless you're going up north. If you're moving here, I don't know if it makes any difference. It's going to be around for a while, so it is what it is. You just need to take those precautions. But what do you think? Do you think this is a bad time to move here? But there are some people who don't believe anything, so if you don't believe it, then who cares?
They don't believe anything?
Some people believe the whole thing is overrated and it's not as bad as it is. So if you're one of those people, then why? Just who cares? Come, do what you want.
Right.
It's the truth. And some people are confused and they don't know what to believe. So
Mommy's right.
I can't help you.
Mommy's right.
What do you think about it?
Your outdoor activities start to get limited just by the heat in and of itself. So I think that's kind of squashed anyways just because of the heat. So that kind of leaves you with going to the malls, going to the shopping centers, whatever you want to call them, going to restaurants or movie theaters or bowling alleys, indoor activities. We're not doing it. We're not going into those. We go to the grocery store when we absolutely have to. We go to the gas station when we have to.
But should they move or visit?
Hey.
Get to the point, man.
Why? You rambled, let me ramble. Sheesh. This is what I have to put up with. My gut says no. Don't visit right now. Don't move here right now. Stay put. The simple fact is, if the disease is real, whether or not you believe what we believe, if the disease is the remotest chance of being real and you think that there's a possibility that it's real, the easiest way to squash a disease is to not get exposed to it. The easiest way to not get exposed to a disease is to quarantine yourself. So what does that mean? That means stay at home. Yeah, it sucks. It's not the funnest thing to just sit around the house all day. My personal opinion and my personal advice to anyone watching this that is not already in Arizona is stay put. Wait.
Yeah,
what's the rush?
mean, I personally would not want to intentionally go to a hot spot if you really want to enjoy all that there is to Arizona. Like I said, it's summertime, so there's just not a whole lot of options. I just wouldn't, if I could help it, I wouldn't spend my money to come somewhere where there's a bunch of cases and the hospitals are being overrun. That's just, again, if you are really believing that it is what it is. You know, I think I differ with him as far as moving, because it's like if you're living somewhere that has COVID and you go somewhere that has COVID, I mean, we still drive. I wouldn't want to stay in a hotel. That's the thing. You want,
So
if you want to trust the hotel.
Let's step back a second. You're saying it's okay to move here. Well, you've got a moving crew to come in and load your stuff. You got a moving crew to come in and unload your stuff, or maybe you're doing it all yourself. If you're moving into a rental, you don't know how that place was cleaned.
Right, but you can have it.
Yeah, but still,
before you get there.
Here's my thought, and this is why I say just stay put. Stay put. Pile some more money away. It's more money to have that, so when you do get here, you can get a bigger place, or you can get some nice furnishing for the new place, or you just have some money to go out and enjoy the area, and you can actually do that. So in my mind, stay put, just chill, and put it on hold. The only reason that I can see to absolutely come to Arizona right now would be if you have relatives here that are in need of your assistance, or you have a job that's ticking and the job is going to go away. That, in my mind, is the only reasons to absolutely force the move now, or absolutely force the visit now. There's no rush. There's no reason. We're not going out of our way to do anything. To your point.
Yeah, we go dispersed camping, and that's about it. That's really the extent of our travels.
Yeah, and that's away from people.
Yeah, so
we don't. The only time we're near people is when we gas up to go home, and it's a very limited exposure. We're pretty cautious about getting out when there's nobody around us. All
right, so we're gonna agree to disagree on the moving situation. The one thing I would not do is fly. If I have to get here by flying, I'm not doing it. But like I said, if you are like en route, then no, I wouldn't necessarily change that. But if you're
already en route, fine. But
if you haven't finalized your decisions,
the hotels, the truck stops, or
all
wherever you're
that
stopping,
stuff, that does seem like.
And like I said, unless there's a pressing timeline on you, I don't see a reason to. Why force it?
Because Arizona is right now. It is the average number of cases have been like 3,000 something a day. I have to look up.
I think we're the third highest right now daily.
We're in the tops. I know that.
We're definitely in the top 5. Florida and California got us beat for sure.
We're going this way pretty much every day. We have a day where we have a lower number, but most of the time we're going up.
And
it's.
Doug said the other day that this is our first wave.
Yeah, he said it will get. We will have a second one. So the bars are full. You see packed restaurants all the time. Now they're just now starting to give bars. What is it? Fines or something?
Well, they're monitoring. They've handed out
some bar got
handful.
Some bar got a fine.
Scottsdale got fined. But he's fighting it.
People here just don't seem to take it as seriously as I would have thought they would have. I'm not trying to get in an argument. I don't care if you don't believe in it or not. That's not my business. My feelings are my feelings, and nobody's gonna change my feelings about it. You can have your feelings about it. That's fine.
Our school district starts back usually in August. Yeah.
It ranges from July to August around here.
Arizona's been dragging their heels in general on announcing their plans for the upcoming school year. And ours finally announced it, last week. The plan for our schools is that they're going to offer both. They're going to offer a in-person classroom experience. They're going to offer a full online, remote classroom experience.
And we've got Mesa and Tempe, which is Kyrene, right?
Oh, there's more than one in Tempe, but yeah,
okay.
Kyrene school.
Well, Kyrene, I know Kyrene for a fact. They are offering a full-time online, full-time in person, and a hybrid where it's like partially online and partially. No.
I didn't think so.
No, partially in person. So it seems like the way they're headed, most schools seems to be offering you at least in person and online options, which is great because if you're a parent who's not ready to send your kids back, you can keep them online. You can take it quarter by quarter. So if after the first quarter you feel like, hey, the cases aren't as bad or the schools aren't getting overrun, you can send your kid back at any time after the quarter is over. And if you're one of those parents who are like, hey, they got to get back to normal, I'm done with this, send them to school, you can send your kids full times. I know that I don't think I've seen one school district so far that hasn't said that they will be required to wear masks so far. So they will have safety measures where they're going to be wearing masks for the staff and the students. They're going to have social distancing, they say, although ours seems kind of iffy on that. Like, it depends on, because we can have classes with 30 to 35 kids on them. So if a bunch of people come back, they didn't really give me answers on how they would handle the social distancing and keeping them 6 feet apart in a classroom.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, it's kind of hard to do, especially with guys this size, to get them to properly wash their hands after they sneeze on their hands.
Or keep the mask on all day. That's going to be a challenge.
All that good stuff. So
for us, we're going to start online, right? And we are going to take it quarter by quarter. I haven't made up my mind what we're going to do for the entire school year, but we're just not, especially with Arizona being a hotspot, we're just not ready to send them back quite yet. We want to see how that all plays out. If they get if they start getting a bunch of cases in the schools, that could turn into a nice mess. But if it doesn't, then great. I'm happy about that. I'm just a little wondering what are they going to do at the bus stops. You can't really control social distancing while they're waiting for the bus, and my daughter said they can wait for the bus for a while. I don't know how they're going to do social distancing when they get on the bus, because the buses are already crowded.
Class dismissals, yeah.
Right. So then when you dismiss, it's just there's so many opportunities.
It literally looks like a herd of kids coming out of the school.
I've gotten anxiety going up to that school when they're letting out. It's crazy how many just swarms of children there are bumping into me. And so I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, I'll let them see. I'll let them see how that works out, and then we'll play it by ear, I guess. But again, we haven't heard from all the schools, but it just seems like they're all going in that direction.
It certainly does, and we've heard from some friends back in the Great Lakes area, and some actually back east that are saying similar scenarios out there. So hopefully you're getting that option. You make the decision that works best for you, of course. Don't judge us, and we won't judge you.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to say, like, I know that this is such a hot, dicey topic. I never just thought that a pandemic would be so divisive, but I just feel like I've evolved to the point where, you know what, feel how you feel, but I just feel like we all should respect each other's feelings and beliefs on the matter, because I don't appreciate being called scared of life because I don't want to send my kids back to school, and I'm not going to judge parents who feel like they want to send their kids back to school. People have to decide how they're going to handle this, and we all have to live with the consequences of it, whatever comes of it. That's how I feel.
All right.
Because I know you can almost feel it in the comments coming where people just get mad at you for believing what you believe. Like,
I'm with you.
Just chill.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. You got anything else?
No, I'm just want this thing to go away. I really miss doing stuff and other than camping.
What do you think about computer school? Because you're going to be on the computer doing school like you did the last quarter.
I think it's actually better.
Look at that. Look out there. What do you tell?
Why do you think it's better?
Because it's more harder when I do it on the computer.
It's more hard?
You find it more challenging?
Yeah, and I like when it's challenging.
Oh, okay.
Well, that last quarter was kind of a mess.
Yeah, well,
Get that?
that's
It
all
was.
right, that's all
I don't
right.
blame teachers. I don't blame anybody because I'm thinking this next coming quarter will be a lot better and more intense, I guess, because it was thrown together haphazardly because nobody expected this to happen. So I'm hoping we have a continued good experience because it was difficult for him to transition at the beginning from being with his friends and having his teacher to doing everything online. But it should be more challenging, I'm hoping.
Your turn. Look right up there.
Everything's
And tell
better
them, what do
when
you
it's
think about
challenging.
doing school on the computer?
It can be more fun now,
Can it
It's
be
more fun.
Okay.
and I'll learn even
Are you
more.
excited to learn to read?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, it really does suck, but all you can really do is just hope for the best, just hope that things turn out differently. I hope that I can go back to school.
But now, you were
sure.
telling your aunt and uncle the other day that you actually liked it because
Yeah,
of the
there's
pace.
pros and cons.
Well, let's hear about that. You're saying it sucks.
You can, with online school, you can go at your own pace. It's at home, so it's at your convenience, at your comfort. You know, you can
Yeah.
do things when you want to do it.
Yep.
And if you want to take things fast, you can get things done earlier and have some time off.
The negative is that you don't get to see people. You don't get to see other children,
And it's not the school experience that I'm used to.
which is the socialization. It sounds like they all miss their friends, but they all seem to really like the computer side of it. Anything you might add?
No, just, come at your own risk. keep an eye on the numbers. I know that sounds so bad, but it is because in our group we get asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell somebody to come or not to come. That is really what's your risk tolerance.
Okay, you got anything you want to add?
Peace. And when you go out, wear a mask and stay 6 feet away.
You know the drill. Subscribe, share, like, comments down below. Check back for the next video and take care. Pros and cons. Cover your boobs, please, sir.
Do not.
I was watching him pull his shirt down.
He doesn't have boob.
Yes, dear.
Going to the out whatever. So you're not gonna want to do the outdoor things like hiking and
In the whatever.
you're not gonna want to go to the. So you're distracting me. I gotta rewind.
No, I'm
rewind.
listening.
No. So
I'm focused
a
on
lot
this
of
knowledge.
no shush. So a lot of people are asking, will you stop?
There's talk of a possible second stay-at-home order coming.
From who? I have not heard that from.
Just shush. Don't.
Okay. That's baloney. Who else is going to do the
It's
stay-at-home
been in the
order?
news that there's a possible. Now just stop. Jeesh.
Perfect.